Hey, good morning, everybody. I get asked quite a bit why it's worthwhile to buy an expensive blender. Some of these blenders, like Vitamix, is like $600. Sometimes you can find it on sale. Costco, at Costco, sometimes you can find it cheaper, like $4.49, something like that. But it's still very expensive. And for a lot of people who are new to the smoothie building world or who are new to blending, they just think it's a ludicrous amount of money. Why would you spend that much money on a blender, for crying out loud? The blend tech is also, it's like $369, somewhere around there. So that's what I want to share in this video. I want to share basically, and I'm going to do what I said I wouldn't do, which is I am literally going to walk you through a smoothie right now. So I'm actually going to make one right here after this so you can see exactly how I do it and what I mean. But essentially, there's one major reason why you should choose a really powerful blender. You don't necessarily have to spend $300, $400, $500. There are some blenders that might be able to do this. I just don't know 100% if they would. The Ninja Blade is one. That usually retails. You can find the better version for like $199, maybe less expensive here in Canada. But the jury's out whether the motor is powerful enough. You can hit me up on the comment section if they are. I'd love to know cheaper blenders, but essentially it comes down to green leafy vegetables. Collard greens, kale, Swiss chard, this stuff. If I take this off the stem, just take the leaf off, okay, and I just put this in a normal blender like the Magic Bullet, it might be able to do it. Probably not this part though, okay? Maybe if I took this off, maybe. And even that, I don't think so. It's possible with collard greens, kale for sure not. What happens if you take this and put it in a Magic Bullet or just your regular household blender? It becomes nasty, it becomes chunky. The blades don't spin fast enough. It's not a powerful enough motor to liquefy it, to turn it into a drinkable beverage. It's just a chunky, nasty mess. Now, why would you want to drink this? Well, very simply put, it's a very great source of fiber and nutrients for very low calorie. That's what's called nutrient dense. Nutrient dense foods are basically the most amount of nutrition you could pack into a calorie, right? If you take a tablespoon of oil or lard or fat, that's very high calorie, but it doesn't really provide you much nutrition in the way of phytonutrients, vitamins, minerals. Some of them have some compounds. Obviously, olive oil, extra virgin, cold pressed. Olive oil has tremendous health benefits, but still, you know what I mean. When you're eating mostly just foods that are fried, proteins, carbohydrates, refined foods have a lot of calories to them, but not so much nutrition. Well, this is the extreme opposite. Green leafy vegetables have next to no calories whatsoever, but the nutritional content is unreal. It's outrageously good. Phytonutrients, antioxidants, compounds to help with the immune system, and ultimately they're a great source of fiber. But if you don't have a powerful enough blender, you're not gonna be able to liquefy it, you're not gonna be able to drink it. I made a smoothie for one of my good buddies a few years ago. He trusted me implicitly. He downed this stuff and he felt like he wanted to vomit. I felt like I wanted to vomit just looking at him drinking it because I didn't taste it beforehand until after I realized just how chunky and disgusting it is. So that's the reason to buy a powerful blender. It's not to blend fruits, it's not to make ice cream, it's not to do all these other things you can do with these, which are fine, but you could just, you could use a normal blender for that. If you're just blending frozen fruit and some milk, and you want to make a smoothie that way and adding in some spinach, you can use the Magic Bullet. But of course, fruit have higher amounts of calories. There's still a lot of sugars. And in my opinion, although fruit are very healthy for you, I think for the calorie to nutrient ratio, I prefer using fruit as the sweetener. So right here, I have a banana. I'm just gonna show you this here. It's kind of like a ripened banana here. I use that as a sweetener. It's about 100, 150 calories for a banana. Most other fruits are about 75 calories. So if I want to add in an apple, which I can, maybe it's not going to be sweet enough, I can add in an apple, but I'm adding in another 75 or so calories. So you just have to take that into account. You don't need to make it complicated. That's why in previous videos I've mentioned, all it really takes is a healthy serving of green leafy vegetables, banana to sweeten, that's it. And then water and ice if you want it to be cold. Adding in hemp hearts is my secret, which I'm going to be doing here. I use a tablespoon and a half. And that gives it a creamy texture. That changes the blotchiness. It's usually a blotchy color. It's not as appetizing to look at if you just do water, banana, and a green leafy. So the hemp hearts add this creamy consistency to it. It gives it this nice, beautiful color that's appetizing to look at and appetizing to drink. And then, if you want to complicate it a little bit further, you can add anything you want. One of the things I love adding in is cacao. The cacao that I'm using today is Peruvian Harvest. I happen to believe that that's the finest and best cacao you'll find on the market. So you could look at lifelongwell.ca if you want to read up more about that product. But anyway, organic cacao powder. It increases endorphin release. There's a lot of antioxidants. It's really good for you in dosages in the form of about a teaspoon, I think. Other flavors you can add in, shredded coconut is great. Protein powders. The protein powder that I love using, I've used it in other videos, it's no secret. Hemp Plus Greens by Ergogenics, they use fruit and monk fruit. This is Pranin Organic. Smoothie boosters, you're adding in B vitamins with organic whole food. And same with this. If you're using something like Pranin or the Ergogenics, you don't even necessarily need additional green leafies. Those you might use if you don't have green leafies on hand. Like, I don't always have them on hand. If you do have them on hand, you don't need any supplement whatsoever because green leafies are actually a great source of B vitamins, okay? And vitamin C a lot of the times, and other nutrients, and minerals, okay? You want to talk skin health, and you want to talk about minerals, don't buy a mineral supplement. None of them really work anyway. Green leafy vegetables. Hemp hearts is also rich in omega-3 fatty acids and other antioxidants. So you see, it doesn't take much to make an amazing smoothie, and it's a great investment to buy a powerful enough blender that will liquefy these. And that's worth the money. All right, guys, so I'm going to create a vortex first, and then I'm going to add in the banana, okay? And then I might just do a voiceover so you guys can hear me a little bit better. But essentially, that's it. One banana. Right. And then what I do is I actually add an ice. Okay, that's for the friction of the blades. You want to make sure that the blades don't add too much heat, right? You want your nutrients as raw as possible. So the ice just prevents it from heating up. Then you put the lid on. And this is all it takes. And then you click this button, rev up the heat, and then click that button. I don't actually even know what this button is called, but it kind of kicks it up a notch, and that's it. Watch. Now, here's the thing, okay? It looks pretty nice. It's a beautiful color, but as soon as you start looking at it, it's kind of blotchy. You see what I mean by blotchy? It's not really like a uniform color. It doesn't really look that nice. So what do? You add in hemp hearts, and you're gonna see that color change. Hold on, I'm just gonna take off the lid. Look at this. Right? Create a vortex. Okay. Put the lid back on, and now you're gonna see it change again. It's this beautiful kind of like creamy color. In fact, here, I'll try and show you. You can kind of see it. It is a little creamier because I want to add in the cacao too. I don't want to take it out, but it's this kind of like nice green. Okay, I've shown it in other videos. Then what will I do if I want, and I do in this case, I want to add in cacao. So put it on slow, create the vortex, and just add it in. And then I just like to get rid of the bubbles, you know me. Turn it off, let the bubbles kind of continue, and turn it on slightly, and that's it. And now it's this kind of beautiful cream. You could probably see that it's creamy. It's a creamy texture. If we didn't add the hemp hearts in, it would not be this creamy. It would be very blotchy. And I will actually drink all this. This fills up about 2 of these, so it's perfect for 2 people. It's perfect. Look how beautiful that is, right? Nice green color. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps you along your journey of helping you decide kind of which blender to buy. Hit me up in the comment section if this added any value. If you have any questions whatsoever, Robert at lifelongwell.ca if you want to email me, at lifelongwell for Twitter. Instagram is Robert Horovitz. What else? Be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe so you can be notified of more videos. And here's to drinking more green leafies. Here's to increasing your fiber and consuming more nutrient-dense whole foods, especially in the morning. Have a wonderful day out there, guys.